Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It is a great honor and privilege to always have this kind of eloquent, high-read, well academic standard people on this particular profile platform. And each time I want to come on, I always feel good to come on to meet you, because I'm coming on to meet my colleagues, to meet my friends, to meet my fellow academic learner, people that understand where I'm coming from. So I feel good every time I have a program to run on this platform, because I know that I know that you are always there for me. You know, to God be the glory. I travel out of the United Kingdom to go and do some work quickly there, and to oversee some of my things that needed my presence in the country there. I am now back on the soil. As you can see, this is my office in England. Somebody asked question, are you back in the office? Of course I am back. You can see the environment is different. So yes, I am in the United Kingdom. Thank you so much, every one of you. I want to welcome you on this platform. I want to continue to encourage you that what we are learning here, the whole idea is to educate and to pass on the information to others that are not privileged to use Facebook or to use social media. Each program that I put out here immediately is done by the evening, before 24 hours is moved into YouTube. Though you will still have it on Facebook here, but it goes into YouTube as well, so that the YouTube people that doesn't like Facebook can have YouTube to watch it there as well. My name has not changed, Tokunbo Olagbaye, as you may know. There are so many things that I do in the diaspora, but as a solicitor and a senior immigration practitioner, I have privilege to bring news to your attention from time to time, and what is causing problem in terms of people coming into the country and leaving the country. My job is to educate and to put things back to the public at large. The yesterday one has gone, and that one, the conclusion is that we will look into it. So I'll be giving you the feedback as soon as I tested it further again with the High Commissioner office in England at Northumberland. But in terms of English law, I have jurisdiction, and I am privileged to practice United Kingdom law. So I raise my head up at all times. So I have information at hand, and whenever it is necessary to disseminate it into the public domain, without doubt, I am privileged to do so. It's only a matter of time. When would I have the time to do it? As part of my encounter with people on grad route in Lagos, about few people advised me that the topic I deal with mostly on my platform is to do with the diaspora, which means that those who have application in the country already, that I never talk about them that want to come into the country to spend money into our economy. And like I said yesterday, for a successful boosting economy, you have to accommodate people coming in and out, in and out, in and out, because the spending is not something you can control. They hold their money, is their money, so they can spend as much as they like. You know, so the government of this country, my United Kingdom, encourages people to flow in and out with their correct visas for right to enter and right to live, you know. And so my job is to put it to you back again that as soon as I bring back to you. Good morning, Mr. Eric. Good morning. You know, I bring it back to you straight away. So it's an afternoon in the United Kingdom, lunchtime here in the UK. So I am closely looking into the visas application into the United Kingdom. Visas application into the United Kingdom. You see, It's a wider area to look into, and it's constantly changing. It's not something that changes that you can just assume that it's going to be there for another 2 years. Never. Immigration law is an administrative law. As a result of that, it is tend to change from time to time. Like I said to you, you may carry red passport. Don't tell me you will not be affected by the constant changes in the law on immigration and nationality law. Because you will be. The reason why you will be affected, it will be when you want to invite your spouse, your partner, your child, your mom, your dad, your brother, your friend, your relative into the country. That is when you receive the insult, when they are refused. A lot of people do not understand that paying taxes into the government pocket does not mean that your family cannot be refused if proper procedure is not followed. Now, for them to avoid refusal, it is important that they understand the requirements. A visa application is a right to it's an application to request for permission to enter into someone's country, not a permission to leave someone's country. Who cares if you are leaving? You have already finished spending. So the staying, the coming in is what brings money into the country. So as a result of that, thank you. As a result of that, the United Kingdom government agents outside UK are called entry clearance officers. They have the autonomy, they have the control, they have the power to decide who is credible to enter and who is not credible to enter. A visa application to United Kingdom could be 6 months, it could be 2 years, it could be 5 years, it could be 10 years. The starting point of it is to be able to get the 6 months first. Now, let us look from the close eyes that I have seen from Nigeria. A lot of people were refused. Now, a lot of people were refused as a result of them not meeting the requirement to enter United Kingdom. Now, I sent video coverage, audio coverage while I was in Lagos. I sent a lot of audio coverage, 5 minutes, 2 minutes audio. I sent it out to people to see what is happening. But let me talk about it now so that we can make sense from it. Please share this program. It's very important because there's so many people that want to come to UK and they have got refusal notice and they are so tired, they don't know what to do, and they have spent a lot of money. They have just taken their money. People are just taking their money for fun. Listen, it's a simple mathematics. You don't have to waste money. You don't have to stress yourself. Pay the rightful person and make a proper application and put in the right document. You will be granted. It's not a big deal. Where there is always a big deal, as I have sent out in my audios, is that I realize that the Nigerians in Nigeria, they don't register their business. They like to do jack of all trade, masters to none, and they are having good income. Money is coming in, but the money cannot be explained. You see, yes, so my mommy was refused just to come and see her children in the UK. Did you say that? And she probably hold British passport. It doesn't matter to the entry clearance officer. They will refuse anybody unless you have a diplomatic passport. If you don't have a diplomatic passport and you want to have permission to enter into UK, regardless of how tall you can be, they will bring you back to the short stature. They will bring you low. So in order not to become low in the eyes of others, you have to pass through the right person. You have to go through the right channel, and you have to put in the right documents. Now, let me look into the visa, because they are saying that I've never talked about it. I do talk about it. Where are you? Please share it as much as you can, so that your friends and families can share it until it gets to those who need it as well. That is the only way you can help others. Share important information. Don't share something that is not relevant. Share what is important. Platform like this, we need to share information and let people have it. Now, you want to come to United Kingdom, typical example, and you are making an application 6 months. In the first instance, the person that is inviting you doesn't even know anything about you. So you submitted an application without telling the person inviting you what he or she needs to be aware of. So all of a sudden, his details was picked out. His details were picked on the application form, and the entry clearance officer called him. When they called him, they asked him few things about you. He failed to answer them correctly. Of course, you will be refused. You know, you'll be refused entry immediately. You'll be refused. Your visa will be refused because the person who wants to sponsor you does not know anything about you. I have seen many instances that actually indicate that the person inviting doesn't even know the person is inviting. They don't even know each other well. Listen, it could be your cousin. If you are inviting your cousin, your sister, your friend, your whoever, the first thing you need to think of, the first thing you have to think of is to ask the person to give you a copy of the application form. So you can have control of it. So you can know what he or she has said on the form. It could be your blood sister, but she may have said something stupid on the form. So it is evidence that she will be refused if you got the interview wrong. And majority of the time now, they only call the sponsor. They don't call the person that is submitting the application. They only call the sponsor. They don't call the person submitting the application. So when it comes to coming into the UK, I think the best way forward is to instruct those who are in the UK, who knows the root of it, who has the jurisdiction, those who have experience of the law, who knows what they are talking about. Thank you, Ruth Udo. So true. My husband was called when my mom was invited, and the visa was granted afterwards because they know each other. The brother, the son-in-law, and the mother-in-law, of course, they fill the form together. They know each other. It will be granted. But the majority of the one that I actually perused while in Lagos, it was evident that they don't know each other. That is one problem. Sponsor and the person that is coming in, they don't know each other. So that's one. The second bit of it, the second one is that majority of them are self-employed, which means they're working for themselves. Fine. Nigeria is a jack of all trade country. So it basically means that everybody is doing their own business and making their money from whatever channel they want to make money from. And the money goes into their account, but it wasn't properly accounted for. So the entry clearance officer is not going to treat your application on a grassroots level style. He's going to treat it according to what we have and what we are doing in the United Kingdom. So you are going to be refused if your business is just jack of all trade, masters to know, and not registered with the first in Nigeria, which is your Inland Revenue. If it's not registered and it's not noted, it will be refused. The third bit of it is that you have a business, it's registered, but there's no bank account registered in the business name. You are going to be refused. You see, it comes to a stage that it's all a matter of common sense at the end of the day. Comes to a stage that you can now see that it's a matter of common sense. Application of law, appropriateness of it, is a matter of common sense. And when someone like me is inside it and be working and reading judges' decision, Home Office decision, clients' letters, reading law, reading precedents, reading textbook, then it becomes clearer what they are looking for. It becomes clearer. You see, Tokunbo Odu said that they call her as well. Did you hear it now? 3 people already confirmed that they are calling them. They will call you as a sponsor. They are going to call you. It's a tactic. It's a new way now. They will call your sponsor. And if you let anybody anyhow make an application and they are so careless, they don't have time to pick up their phone, they don't have time, they don't even put down the correct phone number, they're going to refuse you. They're going to refuse you. Part of the audio that I sent out, another thing that I realized is that I noticed that Nigerian in Nigeria, they have so many unexplained money. 10,000 naira, 20,000 naira, 50,000, 700,000, 800, 200,000, 100. They cannot even say where the money is coming from. But when you look closely to things, they said that some of them will say that they are on salary of 248,000 a month, 250,000. You see, Gift said that she was called and her mom was refused. Did you hear that? So, unexplained money, 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 80,000, and the money you claim that you are receiving every month, the 248,000, is not even appearing on your bank statement. And you claim that you have been receiving that money as a salary in the last 6 months. But the bank statement is not prudent. It's not showing that you are getting that money. You are going to be refused again. Because the money coming into your account, 10,000, 20,000, is unexplained money. It doesn't show credibility. So, of course, they will refuse you. Without taking copies of the refusals that I saw in Lagos, I don't know whoever may have assisted them individually to put in the application. Some even do it themselves. Some did it themselves because I saw it and asked them, who helped you? Oh, I did it myself. I did it myself. So some actually did it themselves. Fair enough. They think they have read British law enough to do it, but they were refused in the end. Part of the application that I saw, they did it together. The sponsor and the applicant, and they were refused again. The majority of what I saw in Lagos were refusers of visas, of visit visa. They are not entry clearance or spouse visa. They were majority of them were visit visa, tourist visa, and they were refused. Why wouldn't they be refused? Because the compliance is there and they have failed to follow it. And the reason why they don't understand how to follow it is because they did not take advice from the right source. Now, the situation here is that you can do it yourself, cry and loud. I've said it so many times. You can do the application only if you have taken advice at the beginning. Now, what they're supposed to do at the beginning is what they are doing at the last minute. Medicine after death. The Yoruba proverb will say, "Asho obomo yemo, omo yeti ri ho woja." Thank you. The only way to combat a problem of this manner, of this type, is to ensure that you take advice at the beginning. The person who knows the road is the person that has to lead. And that is why majority of our people use TomTom to guide us when we are driving, because TomTom is better off when you don't have the knowledge of where you are going. Hello, I'm on a live program.
I know.
Okay. Good afternoon. Okay. Please go ahead.
Okay. I made an application last year.
Please, a bit louder so that people can enjoy what you are saying to me.
Okay. I made an application last year.
Okay.
Roughly 14 months ago. And I told the person in charge, because I've not heard anything from them. I said, can I get an update? And she was like, no, you have to be calling them yourself. You have to be doing this. And after about 2 weeks of calling them, there was no counting result. So now my question now is that, is it possible for you to take up from where she's from? So that, the matter now will be yours. I'm dealing with you directly.
Yeah, if you're not happy, you are entitled to move case from where it is. That's your right.
Okay. But I'm going to call you directly on that.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, cheers. Bye. Yeah, bye. So, like I was saying, you see, volume, please, John Thomas. Okay, I don't know why the volume is low. I just believe that the SIM has not been loaded from the other. I don't know why we're having a lower volume. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, please. Thank you.
Yeah, my name is John, ma.
Okay.
I'm listening to your program, ma.
Okay, so you are aware I'm on a live program.
Yes, ma.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I applied for my wife and my son to
Okay.
come to the UK.
Okay.
But unfortunately, they refused them. I have an indefinite leave to remain in the UK. And they said they misinterpreted what it was on the application form, that she said she's earning £1,200 from savings account monthly, whereas she told them there that she earns 1,200 yearly. So I've written them series of letters, they did not reply to me. I don't know, she has a job in Nigeria, she's just coming for holiday.
What are they coming for? What are they coming for?
For visiting, to visit me in the UK with my son.
And you are a settled person.
Ma,
And you are a settled person.
I'm settled, yeah.
Yeah.
I have my definite.
Listen. Even if they don't mention something to do with finance, they will have something to refuse them on.
Okay, ma.
The reason being is that you are a person who is present and settled in the UK.
Okay, ma.
There is every possibility that they will not return back to Nigeria.
No, they will return because she has a good job in Nigeria. She's a broadcaster in Nigeria, so she has a good job. I don't want her to stay there.
Is there an undertaking saying that she's going to return? Has the employer got a letter, done a letter for her to show that she's a broadcaster?
Yes, all the full documents. They didn't see anything against me. They only said they called me in the UK while I was at work. That was the only written they put in the refusal letter, that they called me on phone while I was at work. The person, the caseworker said she's going to get back to me. They didn't get back to me. They just refused the application like that on flimsy excuses.
The problem is that once they call sponsor and the interview didn't go well, they will refuse the applicants.
They didn't even get through to me because I was at work that day.
That's just it. Once the sponsor is called and the interview is not done, it didn't go well, they're going to refuse it.
What should I do, man? Because I've written them several letters now and they did not reply to me.
They're not going to listen to you unless an amendment is made on a new application. The only way...
So we need to...
You need to see me, yeah. You need to see me.
Okay, where should I see you, man?
You will have to speak to the secretary in the office.
Okay.
Okay. And you have to bring the reason, you have to bring the notice of refusal along. Let me look at the reason.
I'll bring it and I will bring the letters I wrote to them.
Okay. The only way to combat situation of that type is to make a new application and then explain things on it, on the representation. It has to be a new application. There's no right of appeal in visiting visa.
Okay. But they are the ones that made the mistake.
But they will not admit it. I dealt with one in Lagos. Why in Lagos? I saw the error. For example, the error on the one that I saw in Lagos, that they banned her for 10 years. And they were unexplained money in her account. Well, they banned her for 10 years for deception. That's what it's supposed to be. But there was no deception in her case. So there was no allegation of deception. But mistakenly, they did not delete the paragraph on 10-year ban because it was a template.
Okay, ma.
So I guess they wrongly used it for her, and I saw it and I said, okay, this is an administrative error. I can deal with it.
Yes.
So we went in and make a new application.
Okay, ma.
So that's the only way. You cannot do a review or appeal. They're not going to read it.
Oh, they won't read.
They will not read it. They will just drop it somewhere.
Okay.
They're not going to read it.
Okay. I will make an appointment to see your secretary, ma.
No problem. No problem.
Yes, ma. Thank you, ma.
Cheers. Bye.
Yes, ma.
Bye. Yeah, hello.
Hello, ma.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma. My name is Amit. I'm calling regarding my mom's visa. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Are you aware that I'm on a live program? Live?
Yes,
Okay, all right. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah, basically what happened, my sister applied for my mom's visa. That was about 3 years ago. And I actually filed the program, everything. Everything was, all the document was okay. And to send it, what happened at the end of the day, they say they're not sure if my mom is back to my sister. Because we're at least 3 here. My sister, I
Now, the reason why they refused the second one is the second one that they refused and said that they're not sure whether she's going to return back.
Yes, right.
It's because on the application, you guys failed to show the community ties she has with Nigeria.
Okay.
What do I mean by that? What I meant is relatively straightforward. The government is saying that the Secretary of State Department, rather, it's saying that if there is no strong ties, it means that all of you are in the UK or are overseas, and there are no grandchildren, nobody else for her.
There's grandchildren back home. There's grandchildren here.
It wasn't mentioned.
Yes, basically, because what I said in the application is that she wants to see all her grandchildren before she passed away. Anyway, that is our target anyway, and I want that to happen. So she got grandchildren here. She got grandchildren in Nigeria. I got 2 kids. My sister got 4 kids, and my other sister got 2 kids as well. And I got my second sister in Nigeria, which is like we have 3 here and 2 in Nigeria, basically. So everything was mentioned. And the only thing that is UK, they actually are happy with my application because they call me personally and they actually ask every detail on the application and they say they're happy, they're satisfied. But the Nigerian immigration says they're not happy that they're not sure if my mom is going to come to Nigeria.
The simple mathematics there is that the application or the representation attached with the application wasn't properly explained.
Okay.
Yes, because there is every possibility.
Nigerian immigration.
It is not Nigeria. It's got nothing to do with Nigerian immigration. It is entry clearance that you were dealing with. Nigeria.
That is fine.
No, what about the ECO? The ECO, when it's satisfied, is supposed to grant it from outside. It's got nothing to do with Nigerian Immigration Office. Nigerian Immigration only have power on Nigerian issues.
Okay.
The person that's supposed to release the visa from outside is the entry clearance officer. So the entry clearance officer was adamant and refused to grant it. And there is nothing the Home Office can do out inside because they have independent power. Even though at the end of the day they are reported under the same, they are reported to the same boss, which is the Home Secretary. Of course you can. Of course you can. Of course you can. As long as there's no.
My wages, even though my wages is over 30-something grand.
It doesn't go with your wage. No, it doesn't affect your wages. A visit visa does not have anything to do with wages.
Okay.
No. It just have to do with credibility and documentation supplied.
Okay. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to call your office to book an appointment to come and see if that's okay with you.
That's fine. No problem.
Okay, ma. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Cheers. Yeah, bye.
If I still got chance, I don't mind. I'll come over. But if you say to me there's no chance, then I can give up.
Of course you will have chance. When you come for consultation, bring along the documents that they refuse her on. Bring the paperwork.
Okay,
Let me read it, then I will advise you on it. Like you always say, it's a saying from you guys and from academic. I love it. Information is power. There is a phrase in the Bible that says that my people perish because of lack of information. And it's on Hosea 4 verse 6, if I'm right. You know, it is important that we have accurate information. When you have information, you have money. But if you don't have information and you have money, you will waste it. The common sense is to have information. Hello? Please lower your device. Hi.
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead. I'm on the public social media.
Okay, just quickly. My name is Mr. Solomon. I'm using 2.5 residence permit. Hello?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm using 2.5 years residence permit. I just want to ask you, so my visa will last on 30th of September. So when is this proper to submit my application before last?
Yeah, it's going to expire on the 30th of September.
Yes.
So you still have a long way to go. You can go in 28 days before it expires.
How many days?
28 days.
28 days before it expires.
Thank you. So like I was explaining on the issue of those who are coming into the United Kingdom, you can see I haven't even taken more calls, any call that at all, rather than one or two. But the response here online indicates that it is vitally important that sponsor and the applicant know each other very well by virtue of information. It doesn't matter whether she's your blood sister or is your blood sister or blood brother. It is evident that if you don't share information properly, it can be refused. It can be refused. Now, as part of what I was trying to explain earlier on, unexplained money is a problem that Nigerians have in Nigeria. Unexplained money. A lot of money comes into people's account. 10,000, give 20,000, 15,000, 30,000, 700, 500, 300, 200. But were they able to explain where the money is coming from? They were unable to explain where the money is coming from. ECO is not happy to get unexplained money because you have already shown that you are earning 250,000 a month. So can you please hold on? The 250,000 that you have shown that you are earning must be constant in the last 6 months. So if you pick a date when your salary will be coming in on the 28th of February, then every 28th of the month is when the money should go into the account. And it has to be constant for 6 months. Now, when money comes into the account and you are taking some of it out of the account, they don't care about that. You are bound to spend your money. The one that comes in what is it called? Small amount or big amount that you don't explain is what they are having problem with, and it's called unexplained money. Of course, with unexplained money, you will be refused. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Please go ahead.
Good morning.
Afternoon to you. Thank you.
I mean, very good afternoon, ma.
Thank you.
I just calling to buttress your point. I quite appreciate you, ma, and I must commend your efforts, ma.
Thank you.
Yes, all what you have been saying are truth. Knowledge is power, knowledge is key. And the first thing you made mention of this morning is that the sponsor will be called. I just put in an application for my mother as well. I was called, asked for all the details. I gave all the details, but I made a mistake because I was trying to put my baby to sleep when they called me. And instead of giving them my mom's date of birth, I gave my granny's own, which was also included in the application form. Though I was expecting that she would be refused based on that, but the application came out yesterday and she was refused. On your second point, that most people in Nigeria, they have business which are not registered. She's a retired person, age 72, and she hardly goes to the bank. Some of her tenants, they pay cash to her, and on one or two occasions, maybe in a year, she goes to the bank to make withdrawal to put in small money. And so she was refused on that because that monthly income that we put in for her, because we spread all the rent she gets in a year and we divide by 2 to say, okay, that should be our monthly income. But because those money were not going in every month, she was refused on that. So I don't know what to do. How we cannot appeal. And they are saying the money in the account doesn't correlate with the monthly wages because she hardly made transaction on that account. She was a business person before she was there, so she got a lot of money in that account, which transaction doesn't really go in every month according to what we claim. So I don't know what to do, man. That's what I'm calling, man.
Now, this is something that I want people out there to listen to me now when I'm going to explain, when I'm explaining this now. The situation here is that she's a retired person. We all know that Nigerian government doesn't pay pensions.
She even retired as a business person.
Exactly. Because the pensions are not forthcoming in Nigeria. And I have evidence against them on that. But I'm not ready for that. The point I want to make here is that at her age, you guys that are overseas needs to show a letter to be responsible for her coming into the country. What you guys are supposed to show is that there are properties attached to her in Nigeria and she cannot afford to leave them behind to come and stay in England.
She put in landed property.
The argument of using the salary income is irrelevant. It's unnecessary, and that's why she was refused. If from the beginning of the application it is mentioned that she's a retired person, she only relies on what comes from the children and the rent, and they are not even, you know, how do you say, they're not frequent, so they're not going to be the same figure. Now, another one is that another one is that another one is that one of you, whether 2, 3 are in the UK or overseas, one of you is supposed to be a sponsor and be responsible for coming into the United Kingdom. I said, listen, I earn so salary. I am going to be responsible for my mother coming. I'm going to pay her ticket. I'm going to do this. She's going to stay in my house. I undertake that she's going to return back after certain weeks. Now, between you and I, there is evidence that if your mom come in with it for 2 weeks, you might not let her return back until after 2-3 months. And that's me.
In the application, I put in as a sponsor, I wrote a letter that she stay with me on the paying for the flight. But probably because we put in that she's on a monthly wage, because we divided the money she got as rent.
They're not going to take that on board. They're not going to take that. They're not going to take that. That is not well explained. What you're supposed to have done is that you guys are solely responsible for her upkeep. And then what you're supposed to show is evidence of sending money to her in Nigeria, maintenance. And give an undertaking that she has a strong ties with Nigeria, and there is no way she's going to stay in England because of the landed and the properties owned in Nigeria and the tenant attached to her.
Okay, but on the form, because there's a place you will have to choose, are you working now? Are you a retired person now?
Yes, she's supposed to say yes. She's not working.
Retired.
But she's not working.
She's not working.
So she's a retired person.
You need to give an amount of your monthly income. I don't know if that is applicable to a retired person as well. That's just sponsoring himself through the rent and what have you.
All I know from experience, is that she's a retired person. So she will only declare the maintenance fee that coming from you guys. She doesn't have an income. There is no income. But I think it will be helpful when you have time. Book appointments. Let me go through the reason for refusal and consultation first.
Okay, man. That will be fine.
Okay?
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
God bless you.
Bye. You can call my office on 0208 309 8808. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the issue of immigration and nationality law. UK might not invite you for an interview, but your sponsor will be called behind your back. And if your sponsor is called behind your back and both of you are not agreeing on the information you put down on your form, you will be refused. And if you are refused, the refusal notice will be saying unless your circumstances change, you are more likely to be refused again. And I know many people have put in application 5 times. You see, when you are putting application every time, every now and then, you are showing desperation. You are showing desperation. The normal requirement call is that if you are refused, you should have a cooling off period. If you don't have a cooling off period, you are more likely to be refused. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon there. How are you?
I'm fine, ma. Please, are you on live, ma?
I am on live program.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma. Please, ma, my question is because my mother-in-law just been refused from Nigeria based on the reason that when she came last time, she said she could not spend just 3 weeks, and she ended up spending 3 months.
She lied to them. You see, I am not being boast. I am just like them. If you tell me your answer is A and I rely on your A for an answer and you later change your answer to B for me, I'm going to hate you without any reason. I'm not going to like you. I'm going to start losing interest in that relationship or in that friendship. I am just like the way they operate. So none of what the English are doing comes to me as a surprise. And this is what I've just said to the young lady that went off now, and she could not dispute it. If you put in an application that you are coming for 2 weeks, let it be 2 weeks. If you are coming for 2 months, say 2 months, they're not going to kill you. Especially somebody who is older, retired person, they expect them to come and relax with you children. So declare it on the application form and say, my mom is coming for 3 months to relax with me. I undertake that she's going to return back after the holiday. She's a retired person. You see, where people have problems is when they are in employment. Because then everybody knows in the world that no employer is going to give you 4 weeks at one go unless you are the boss. Even we that we are the boss, we cannot afford to stay outside for 4 weeks. Ebi ma payoni. You have to be checking your time and checking your dates to return back to the source of the root of your income. Even we that are the boss. Not to now talk of employee. Employee cannot take 4 weeks at one go. So they are clever. Entry clearance officers are clever. So if you put in an application that you are going for 2 weeks because you are working in a company, let your 2 weeks be 2 weeks unless otherwise stated. Now, what happened to you? What happened between your mom and the entry clearance officer? There is the relationship of trust that has been broken. It's a relationship of trust. It's as simple as that. Your words must be a bond. But the thing is that my Nigerians in Nigeria don't practice that statement. And as a result of that, they always catch them with their statement because their words are not bond. Only few Nigerians give word as a bond. They only give word to push you forward and they retract it. But some of us who think in a very straightforward way and one direction, we get irritated when statement changes from what agreed on. Now, that is not the end of the world. As long as there's no 10-year ban, your mother can reapply. That's fine. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. That correction can be made. It can be made. We can do it again.
Yeah, but if we do it again, if you not pray that she's going to use 5 months, that should be refused again. That's our fear. That one should be doing. So if I use 5 months,
what makes you tell them she was going to stay for 2 weeks and stay 3 months? What makes you say it?
We just thought because if you stay 3 weeks, they'll give her the visa. But if you stay 3 months, they might refuse her. That what we should be doing it.
So which means when she entered the UK and you knew she was going to stay more than 2-3 weeks, you're supposed to make a variation application to the to the Secretary of State. You're supposed to make a proper application and said, dear Secretary of State, application for outside the rules, variation that you would like her to stay 2 months more, and make a proper application and pay proper money. You didn't do variation.
Please, man, because one more thing I'm outside London and there's no way I can come to your office because I'm going to work. Can I consult you through their phone now? If I pay, then I do
you can do PayPal. You can do PayPal. You can do PayPal. So that's fine. Just call my office and do PayPal. That's fine.
All right.
Thank you, dear. Yeah, bye. Bye. Did you hear that? It's a similar situation, and that's why it's so easy to advise in that area, because the situations are so similar. They refuse Nigerians on almost the same reasons. If it's not on income, it will be on unexplained income. If it's not on that, it will be on sponsors interview. It will be on business registration, bank statement not being there, documents not put together, staying not, information changes without giving an explanation as to why it changes. If you are coming for 2 weeks, it has to be 2 weeks. That's what they call relationship of trust. When it's broken, it could be a problem to amend it. It could be a big problem. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Am I live?
You are, indeed.
Hello.
Yeah, you are live. You are on live program.
Yes, sir. I want to ask, my friend is coming over to visit me in UK. But they get 28 days of holiday. He actually works in Nigeria as a doctor. You know, they get 28 days because they only get like the annual leave once a year.
and they get 28 days. And I'm wondering, can we put 4 weeks in the application?
Put how many weeks?
4 weeks. Because they
Yeah.
get their annual leave once a year in Nigeria.
Thereabout, that's fine. So, in the letter of representation, it needs to be stated clearly. And a letter from the company, from the hospital she's working for as a medical doctor, they need to state that she's a medical doctor. And this is her position in the hospital, that her holiday is only 4 weeks in a year, and she's coming to United Kingdom to spend it to relax, and mention your name. So you need to do a letter as well that you undertake that she's a medical doctor. She's going to return back to her country because her work is important. So she has a strong community tie as a doctor.
Thank you very much, ma. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you.
Ma.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you.
Ade Omade said, my friend's mom was refused second time because she said she would be staying for 3 weeks and she stayed 5 months in the United Kingdom. Did you not see that? Did you hear that? That is what they call relationship of trust. That has been broken. They trusted her, and they trusted her words. The words is a bond. She gave 3 weeks bond notice and said, I'm going to stay 3 weeks. But she failed to adhere to the statement and stay 5 weeks. So they don't trust her anymore. And that will cost her. They might not ban her, but it could cost her. There is evidence that they might refuse her next time. Unless somebody puts money down to undertake that she's going to return back after 3 weeks. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, please lower your device. Lower your device.
Oh, sorry. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, please, I just want to ask a question with regards to some of the discussion I had with my friends. So I want to get the new views about the main challenge issue. It's about if somebody is being given 2 years based on the child's death, is that person entitled to travel maybe? Is that?
Yeah, if you are granted 2 years on a child in the UK,
Yeah.
yeah. You have right to work. You have right to travel in and out. You just can't stay more than your holiday.
One can, and for how long can one go outside the, is it 1 week, 2 weeks, a month?
Of course, you can still do 1 month. I think it's 3 months.
Or 3 months? So
I think
will they not have any effect on when you want to renew it? Or
it won't have any effect on the 3 months. But then what would you be doing outside UK 3 months if you have 2 years leave to remain? What would you be doing? That is a question that we should be asking each other before going forward. What would you be doing outside the country for 3 months if you are only on 2 years leave to remain, or 2.5 years? Do you understand?
One of my discussions was saying that you can't be allowed to travel because they will say you're supposed to leave the country for the whole of that.
No. That was a wrong advice from wherever you're getting it from. It doesn't say it like that. You are entitled to, if you look at the back of the letter granted, you are entitled to travel out of the country. You are entitled to take employment. You are not entitled to take public funds. But you,
Secondly, with regards to the same stuff, I want to know if I want to know when there's somebody for that person, what kind of advice can you give with regards if somebody want to invite somebody want to visit the mother down to the country?
say that again quickly. A lot of people are queuing here.
I want to know if what process can one do in order to have a free and fair application when you want to bring your mom into the country. So I believe that based on the 2.5 days, you cannot do that.
You cannot do what?
I mean, if I'm given 2.5 years stay, but that means you cannot be able to invite any of my family.
You mean to come into the country?
Yeah.
You can invite them in, but you cannot bring them to come and live with you.
Oh, I can invite them in, but
Yeah, you can invite people in on a visit visa. Why not?
because what really happened is that one of the advice I had from one of the lawyers, he says that if I'm bringing my daughter, that there is no applicable law that allow me to bring my daughter into the country.
I think you guys need to be careful from who you take advice from, because they have naked about 3 or 4 people now. There are 4 or 5 clients that I know lately in the last 3 months, in the last 2 months now, that through dirty advice, they have been naked. The nakedness I mean is that they have been stripped of their status as a result of information that is not coherent. You understand? So they have been stripped off because the information they gave the Secretary of State is completely different from the one the lawyer is advising them on. And as a result of that, when they went in for a further application to get family member in, they were stripped off. I know what I'm saying. So if you want to do anything, go and call my office and take advice.
Maybe one of the days we will try and come around. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. The situation is pretty straightforward.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello? Yeah, good afternoon.
I would like to add not to what my position
Thank you, ma'am.
My story is long, but let me talk to you.
Okay. Okay.
My father, my parents, they gave back to me here in London.
They did what?
They gave back to me here
Okay.
in London.
Okay.
And I invited them as a visitor.
Okay.
Gave them 6 months visiting visa.
Mm-hmm.
They take on their passport that they are to spend 180 days.
Mm-hmm.
So they came. When they fill the application form, they apply for, I think they said they will send you the form. But we gave them 180 days to spend. They came, spent about 4 or 5 months. They went back. Both of my mom and my dad. They went back. Second time, I applied for 2 years for this. They gave them name. So they put it on their passport that they should spend 180 days a day. So they spent 5 months. For 4 months, they went back. They came back again. At the port of entry, I think they made a mistake by, the ticket before. They didn't count the before ticket that they are going to return back after 6 months. So the immigration port of entry officer advised them that they should go and change their ticket that they bought past what they supposed to pay. So they changed their ticket to 4 or 5 months. They spend it, they went back again. So when they wanted to now apply for 5 years, they now refused it. And then they are vaccine is wanted that they are coming here to work. It's like, I don't know how they are working. Because they issued them 6 months, they spent 4 or 5 months, they went back. Second time, 2 years, they went back, and when they applied for 5 years, they now refuse them that, oh, you people are coming here to stay and be working. At what age? 75 years old. Something, let the British immigration specify on specific days. But if they apply for 6 months and they said that, okay, we'll be spending 3 weeks, let them be issuing them 3 weeks visa instead of 180 days. Yeah, because it's like, I don't understand the way they are working.
You see, they yes, they're not ripping off. The situation is that 6 months, you can use it to enter twice or 3 times if you have your money. The 6 months is never been a single entry. It's always multiple entry.
Yeah, but the 5 years visa, they refuse it. Right.
Well, it could.
And they are spending 4 or 5, What about the 6 months visa, 2 years visa they've given them before?
you know. And these are people that they have N9 number, they work in this country, they have N9 number, they have NHS number, they are getting pension. Why are they refusing them? It is very heartbreaking, you know, very painful. Very, very painful. They should be treating us as in, you know, that these people are the first class citizens. I'm sorry to say, but it's painful.
I know it can be.
A lot of money we are spending back for bringing them here.
Would you be chance to let me have a look at the documents that they refused them on, the letter, the refusal notice?
I'll try and book appointment with you. I think they've met you in Nigeria before, last year, so
Oh.
my brother and
If it's what I'm thinking, I think they were wrongly advised on the application form. If it's the couple I was thinking of, your mother and your brother came.
yeah,
I think they were wrongly advised. Is this Tokumbo?
yes, sir.
Yeah. My sister, your parents were wrongly advised. The issue was that they said that your dad is coming for high treatment.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be mentioned on the visit visa.
Apart from coming from high treatment, you know, they have been coming here before. They are getting pension, getting everything.
They
Why
do-
are they, you know, simple things they just
No,
put them down?
ECO doesn't think like that. If you were to have come to me and take advice from me at the beginning, I would say don't mention that statement. It means that he's supposed to pay extra to get the treatment done, but there was no private medical insurance or anything in place on the application. He is coming as a visitor. His pension is his entitlement that he has worked. He has N9. So he could get his pension. You know the bad scenario about the pension getting from UK. He's not supposed to get pension in any other country anymore. But because Nigerian government does not have a good accountability, they're not aware of that. Many people are paid in UK and at the same time they are paid in Nigeria. When getting a pension is in one place. So they have to bring everything together. Either collect everything in Nigeria or everything in the United Kingdom. You cannot get pension in 2 or 3 places. That is one aside. The major point here is that he shouldn't have mentioned that he's coming for eye treatment. Because
I think that is the mistake I did.
is
I'm the one making something.
that's the reason why they were refused. Is the reason why they were refused.
Yes, ma'am. And then if someone applies for 3 months, 3 weeks, is coming for 3 weeks visit as a visitor, let them, the home office, give them 3 months visit.
You want rules to change overnight. That
They are overstaying it, you know.
but people are staying 5 months, rightly. You don't know. People are staying 5 months.
They are not spending more than 180 days.
Yeah, but you know people. You know those who are on a 10 years visa, they have every right to stay almost 3 months, 4 months because they are not renewed immediately. It is only those who are on 6 months and 2 years that are renewed immediately are getting into trouble. But those who are 5 years and 10 years, they can afford to stay 3 months, 4 months. Nobody is going to question them because they are not making immediate application. And they have not stayed beyond 180 days. So there is no commitment. So at the beginning like this, a situation like this, I will advise every person that is listening to me that if you are having 6 months and you say 2 weeks, 3 weeks, for now, use your 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Don't use more than that until you get to the senior stage of 5 years, 10 years.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'll try and book appointment.
Thank you.
I'm planning to invite them back again.
Of course, nothing is stopping you. That's your right. But it's just a slap if they refuse. And I know I can understand how you are feeling. But we can look it into that.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sister. You see, it can be very painful if you have a British passport and you are inviting someone that is so dear to you and the person is refused. You're going to be very, very crossed. This is why I said to people when I go on seminar, I say, hey, there's nothing concerned me about this seminar of immigration. I have British passport. Did you hear that? She was born in the UK like me. If she were to have known me long time ago, I would have advised her to apply for settlement for them. All this headache will have gone far, far, far. Hello. Hey, Cousin, how are you?
Hi, ma'am.
I'm on a live program. Are you okay?
I'm okay, ma'am.
Okay.
I just want to ask you a question.
Please go ahead.
I want to know why again because I want my sister and my mother and my uncle-in-law to come and see you.
What's your name?
Antonia.
Antonia. You have to keep an eye on me. Yeah.
Then the second one is we invite their uncle-in-law in last year on the application form. When you are 2 weeks for when she got admitted, she spent she bought 1 month ticket. So she ended up spending 1 month. So when I listened to your program this afternoon, and I had to call her because I was about to send the documents this week to invite her again. So I now told her that she should not put in her application for now because according to what you said, there will be a problem because once you overstay for extra 2 weeks already. So now I don't know. Maybe I gave her your number already. Maybe she should call you or whenever you're in Nigeria.
Thank you.
She can come and see you.
Okay, you want them to come and see me when I'm in?
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe she can wait or not, but because I was about to send her documents this week.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I'm calling that. I've given her your number. I gave her your number already. But I just want to know that is it okay for her to call you or are you going back to Nigeria very soon so that you can come and
Did you listen to my program yesterday?
No, ma.
I just share now.
I was at work.
Okay, I'm fighting with Nigeria now. No, I'm only joking. I'm joking. It's only a joke. It's only a joke. Cause yes, there's still plenty of time to look into that. Keep an eye on me. WhatsApp will do to keep an eye on me to remind me all the time. You know, yeah, WhatsApp will do. Okay, thank you, dear. Yeah, bye. Hello? Yeah, hello there. Hi. Hello, please. I'm on a live program. Are you okay to talk? Please go ahead.
I just want to ask something about my daughter.
It's what? I think we're struggling with the network, with the WhatsApp issue. I think we're struggling with the network issue, so you need to probably call directly if you can manage to do so. The network is not, the WhatsApp is not clear. It's not clear. It's not clear at all. Hello. Good afternoon. Thank you. Of course, you're on live.
Oh, sorry, no. I won't know. What number can I call to?
That will be after when I finish. What's your name?
Mary.
Mary.
Yeah.
Okay. When I come off, you can call me. So as we are saying, you can hear some of the typical scenarios because I don't like to talk without precedent as a lawyer. There is no need to come out and bluff without having an important evidence to corroborate what I'm saying. And you can see, thank God to those to the life of those who have been calling to show exactly what I am saying, that it is true. That documentation could be an issue, information could be an issue, trust could be an issue. Trust in terms of when you say 2 weeks, let it be 2 weeks, especially those who are on 6 months visa. It has to be 2 weeks. And let me warn you, if you have not traveled before out of Nigeria and you are traveling to United Kingdom for the first time, you are going to be refused unless you are one of those kids, billionaire children. And if you are one of those billionaire child or son or daughter, the way they grant them is different. So the grant of status is completely different. But on a serious matter, the Nigerians in Nigeria use the language virgin passport. Virgin passport, which means the passport that has not been stamped or traveled with. It's called virgin passport, virgin. If you have that kind of passport, you will not be able to have visa if you have not traveled out of the country before. And when we talk of traveling out of the country, you got to really know the country you want to choose. South Africa is not noted as part of the country you want to boast of when it comes to making an application, because it's just African continent. So it has to be outside Africa to have a credibility attached with your name. It has to be outside. So as I have said, documentation is important. And what we mean is the right document has to be in place for you to be successful. Relationship of trust, it's yes has to be yes for you to go through. If you're going to spend 3 weeks, as said on the application, I'm afraid so. It has to be 3 weeks. The only people that can escape this are people with 5 years and 10 years. Because if they stay 3 months, nobody's going to question them because they have visa to run it. And that's the thing you need to understand. Visiting visa does not have anything to do with income threshold. Yes, Miss Shola Adeosun, thank you. It hasn't got anything to do with income threshold, and that's the truth of the matter. It hasn't got anything to do with the income threshold. As long as you are working and you are earning, and you have a space for the person you want to invite in, it's got nothing to do with your income. What it has something to do is to the fact that you are not on public funds. Because if you're on public fund, you're not going to be granted. So we need to get that straight as well. You are not going to be granted if you're on public fund. So we should be aware of that. Okay, let's go and look at the WhatsApp queries. WhatsApp has increased immensely. I don't want to mention your name, but I'm on a public live Facebook now. Those are my girls, so I cannot mention them anyhow when they call me. I'm sure she doesn't know that I'm on public, so she will not be happy if I call her name. I'm sure she must got something present again. Jokes, yeah, Josh. Jokes, yeah, Josh. I paid dearly for not having the right information when I move into United Kingdom. I will always take a legal advice than a friend's advice. It is safe and you don't complicate stuff for yourself. Good one. Ayola Fadele, the issue is the statement actually from my daddy, but it was not agreed for to go UK, but the refusal form said they contacted the bank and they said the owner of the said he didn't know me and I was banned for 10 years. there is something that is not right in that statement, Mr. Ayola Fadele. I will employ you at your own convenient time to pick a phone call, book appointment, and let's look at it. If you're not in the United Kingdom, see if you can have advice with me online, you know. Exactly, Deora Lopez. Yes, you're right, Deora Lopez. I want to agree with you. Ayola Fadele, if your father actually said he didn't know you when you used his bank statement, that is a serious statement. That means that was taken without his consent. That means both of you are not in agreement, or possibly something else I'm thinking that I would not want to disclose at the public arena here. Tokumbo Temi Odus, Mark, Home Office are ripping us. Please talk to them in terms of the visa we asked for and the visa they gave us. Okay, it's happening. Emmanuel Ayodele, I applied 7 times before I was granted visa in 2007. Libu Memotosho, thank you. Welcome back, ma. Adeomade, exactly. My mom's friend was refused second time because she overstayed. She spent 5 months instead of 3 weeks, okay? Both me and my daddy resolved that which is ready for support. Exactly. So that's why you were in that situation. Hello?
Hello, ma. John March. I'm a favorite question, Connie, ma.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, John March. So that first sponsor in Nigeria, she only the amount to put on hand, ma, or matter if you on hand every month, ma, to avoid
Just to come in for as a visitor. No, you're fine. You don't have to have a particular earning as long as you are working. You are not on income threshold, so that's fine.
Okay, so that will be how many months?
6 months will do for you. 6 months, and 6 months for the person coming in.
For the person coming in as well.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Deborah. Amotsuke Akingbulugbe, please, Mark, can one appeal if given 10 years ban? It depends on when you have been banned, and it depends on the seriousness of your offense. If you don't mind, I will advise that you should take advice. Yeah, if your sister is working, I think so. And if you are working here, I think so. If your sister is going to be responsible for her staying in the United Kingdom, apart from you accommodating her, I think you should be okay. I love you guys on this platform, but there's no time to laugh too much here. Hello? Hello? Yeah, hi.
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, please, ma. My name is Oluwaseun Bakari. I'm calling from Spain, ma.
Okay, please go ahead. I'm on a live program. Are you aware of that?
You said what?
I'm on a live program. Are you aware of that?
Yeah. I saw your program yesterday, and I've been trying to get.
I'm on now. So you need to be brief quickly. People are still calling in. I'm still here for people. So please go ahead quickly, please.
Oh,
I'm on a live program.
I have family. Okay, I have family in London. I live in Spain. But me and my wife have not got married. So I've been trying to collect visa from Spain for like 3 years ago. They keep on shooting me. So somebody gave me your contact to consult you, maybe if there's any assistance or any guideline.
You want to come into the United Kingdom?
Yeah, I live in Spain.
Okay.
And my wife and my kids, they live in London.
Your status in Spain? What's that? European passport?
Barcelona. No, I have residence.
You married to a European?
I have permanent residence.
Do you marry to a European national?
But we have not got married, but we'll go to kids together.
And she has a European passport.
Yes, she has British passport.
Oh,
And kids also.
She has British passport.
Yes, ma'am.
So you are doing Surinder Singh then. You better do your marriage before you come to UK.
Okay, it's better I do marriage.
Yes, get married in Barcelona before both of you can come together freely into the United Kingdom. What you are coming to do is Surinder Singh. If she's a British passport holder, the Secretary of State is aware of what you are coming in for. That is not a problem. But do your marriage first.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Bye. Hello?
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, dear.
Ma, sorry, I know you're on live video. I just want to ask this question. I'm an EU citizen, Italian.
Hold on. Let me quickly respond to somebody who thinks she can tell me what I'm thinking of. Let me tell you, this person that is telling me that you can get pension in more than one place. If the British government knows that you are getting pension in Nigeria, your pension in the United Kingdom will stop. And I stand corrected. If you are getting pension in Nigeria and the British government knows you are getting pension in Nigeria and you are claiming one again in the UK, it will stop. Trust me. I speak from experience. So for you to be saying that they can get it in many places, only niye could possible. Tamba find out, you will be stopped from it. Most people that does it, they never declare the second income. If they find out, they are not ready to pay you twice. You either collected from that place or here. They're not going to let you have it in two countries. Especially British government paying you. You can have it in Spain, in Germany, in Nigeria, anywhere you feel like. But if you are getting from British government here, trust me, you will vomit it if they find out. Please go ahead. Please move on. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello, ma.
I said go ahead. You make... Yeah. Go ahead. Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, you're on the live program, right?
I am. Good afternoon.
Okay, how long is it going to be for?
Are you asking that question?
Yeah, so I can just call you because it'll be a long conversation. So I'll just call after the program.
Who is this?
It's Michael from Nigeria, Abuja.
Call my office if you want to talk to me.
Okay.
So arrogant. She said I was given visa. I haven't traveled before. You were lucky, trust me. And your father, they probably have some coins in the pocket.
Yeah, my line went off before.
Okay.
So, I'm an EU citizen and I live here in UK. I want to invite my mom and my mother-in-law.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. You are a EU citizen, you are living in the United Kingdom, you want to invite your mom and your mother-in-law at the same time.
Yes.
They probably grant one and not granting the other, and then you cause problem on your neck. Because they're going to be thinking of where you... I think you should do that one by one. Invite the one that will be useful first, more useful to you first. Okay?
Okay. We don't need their bank statement because they don't have account.
They don't have an account.
They don't have an account.
I don't know which angle you want to make the application. I think you should get proper advice. This is not the right channel. Are you with me?
Yes.
I think you should book appointments.
But I'm not in England, I'm in Scotland.
You are in Scotland. Yeah, you can still book appointment over the phone, and then we can table things out, and then I can explain to you more. Yeah. So call office and see, and they will tell you how to go about it. Yeah. Thank you, in Paris Tutu, Mama T. It's too much. They are ripping us and taking too much time to give us what we applied for. Okay. God bless you too. You are always current, ma. Deliver more information that we need. God bless you, ma. Thank you. Thank you. May God continue to give you wisdom and understanding. Thank you, ma. I'm a working class with gross income of 650,000, about take home of 250 due to deduction of car allowance, housing allowance upfront, and my cooperative, but was refused to give visa. I even attached my corporate statement where I have close to 5 million as saving. Don't know what goes wrong. You were not properly given advice, Omotolani Bakari. The advice you were given is not proper, and that's why you were refused. So I guess you may have time to schedule appointments with me online, so we can go through it together. Yeah. WhatsApp number in the United Kingdom. WhatsApp. I'm going on lunch now, so I need to come off now. 07908 628 240. I've just got a free lunch now, so I need to go now. They just brought it to my desk. I have answered you earlier on. My mom has been here many times, spent 6 months, but has not been back since 2013. What document do I need to send in? I'm full-time worker. Want her to come? Take advice. Omotola, take advice, please. Cheers. Spanish, I've just spoken with you now. So why are you calling back again? There are other people that need that line. I've just spoken with you now, the Spain guy. Can I have your contact? I'm on 07908 628240. That's what Adiola just brought out now. Adiola has put my number out there. 07908 628240. That's what Adiola just did now. So if you need my number, pull it out from Diola's line there, or pull it out from my write-up that on that one now. I've just done one write-up now, so you can have it from there. 07908628240, United Kingdom, okay? Hello?
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Thank you, Olaya. Yeah, thank you. Okay, good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you very much for all your work you've been doing. I was just watching your program now. I said, please, let me ask you for an advice, please. Hello, ma.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sorry, please, I stay in Manchester. Yeah, and I've got 3 kids. So I'm expecting twins. So I would like to bring my mom down to UK. So I'm an EU citizen. I've been working, but since when I found out I was expecting twins, I couldn't work because I was always tired. So I've stopped working now for like 1 month. So I don't know how possible it would be for me to invite my mom. I'm a self-employed care assistant. So I don't know if I should do it or if my partner should help me to do it, you understand, by inviting my mom. Because my partner is a nurse. So I think he earns more. I don't know. Which one can you advise me, please, ma?
It's your mom first and foremost. So your partner can be a supporter, but it's your mom.
Yeah, it's okay. My partner can be a supporter.
And if you have money in your, are you saying you're not earning salary now?
I'm not earning salary now for like 1 month.
Your partner, is there a marriage certificate?
No.
So how are you going to demonstrate that it's your partner to the entry clearance?
I don't really know.
I haven't got time to deal with that because I think you need a long advice in that respect. So call my office 0208.
All right. Thank you, ma.
Thank you, dear.
God bless you, ma.
Yeah. Bye. So that is the situation we are in terms of making an application to the entry clearance officers outside United Kingdom into United Kingdom. You have to get permission to come to UK. It's different. It's a total ball game. And if you don't have the correct information to put in the application, of course you'll be refused 20 times. It's you that you are wasting money. They are not wasting time because it's part of their job to sit down and relax themselves when they are making the application. So it's fun to them. It's fun. Believe me, it's fun. But you wasting money all the time, it's not fun to you. It's a serious matter. But the feeling of rejection is very bad because I see how clients talk about it. So please get the right advice at the right time so that you can go in smoothly. I'm afraid I have to leave you online now. I have to leave and go now. I want to appreciate all of you. I want to continue to love all of you. You see, I managed to read some of the chats between you guys there. I love you guys dearly. Let me give this person a chance before I leave. Hello?
Hello, ma.
Yeah, hi.
Good
Good afternoon.
afternoon, ma. Please, that lawyer, which is Adeola's
It's me. Go ahead.
Yes, ma. That's no, ma.
Good afternoon.
Do I need to mention my name or not need? No?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Okay, ma. Thank you. Please, ma, I don't know. Maybe what I wanted to ask you might tell you to what you are doing online. I think it's not, but I just want something to some advice from you. It's like I would say my partner lives in Nigeria, but he doesn't want to stay here. But is there any way? Do I have to apply for him to come? We need something that can use it to go incoming.
And it's your partner.
It's my partner. We have children together. All my children are British.
Is there any reason why he doesn't want to come and stay here?
Because he has a job he's doing back home, but he just wants a paper that he can be coming, going.
I hope he,
normally going to Nigeria for summer holiday, but
I hope he hasn't. I hope he hasn't come to see me.
sorry?
I hope he hasn't come to see me in Lagos.
No, he has it. But I told you about you that whenever he wanted to do, he can apply from your office in Nigeria. Well, I said, let me know what we should do first, so that I can do that back home.
He needs to show why he cannot come on a spouse visa because they will refuse him if he can't show it. So he needs to show his job is important in Nigeria and he cannot afford to leave his job. That he would prefer to be coming to.
He has a job. He has a good job. He's
he has a very good job. And he's a boss there, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just a matter of showing documentation to corroborate what he's going to tell them, and that's fine. But you probably will need advice before you apply. You will need advice. You will need advice for him before he apply to come in.
That is it. But please, is there any way you can post your Nigerian number online so that we'll send it to him? So whenever you are around in Nigeria, I can call you to come and see there.
Okay, I'm doing it now.
Okay, ma. Thank you. God bless you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye, dear. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your support at all times. It's invaluable. I must comment on that. And I thank you for your comments and your chats online. Thank you so much. It's a platform of respect, and respect is reciprocate. I want to say thank you to all of you for your support. I want to leave now for lunchtime. And I will be back again when I am free to do so. But in the meantime, I want to concentrate on office work. I just came online so that you can know that the topic of yesterday is different from the topic of today. You know, so that's just why I came on. Thank you so much. I love you guys dearly. Bye for now. Tokunbo Olagbaye. I remain humble. With great humility, I appreciate all of you from the beginning to the end, from small to big. Thank you so much. Anyone that has queries and you want to contact me, my office number is on 0208 309 8808 0208 309 8808. That is the office number. And the mobile number is 07908 628 240. Nigerian number is 0813 456 6319. Nigerian number again 0813 456 6319. Thank you so much. Bye for now.